Alright, thank you very much for joining me. This is Gulpain back again on this another sweltering hot day here in the south of England. It's absolutely really hot. This is recommend 3 games. So today in this video I'm going to recommend 3 games for you to try. They're all PlayStation 1 games and they're all RPGs. So if you're a fan of RPGs, I hope you like these. So first up we've got Suikoden. Now this is one of my favourite games ever, so I can totally recommend this to anyone just to even try it. It starts off a bit slow, but then once you get into it, the best part in this game is when you get your castle. So when you go to the castle and there's loads of monsters there, you have to clear out the castle. And then once you start actually, playing, like recruiting characters, doing the major battles, then the game gets really good. There's a really good storyline. There's like really lovable characters, or really kind of like the characters will stay with you in this game. It's just such a good game. I just totally recommend you to play this. Suikoden. Next up is one that you may not have heard of before because it's not a very popular game, but it's Legend of Kartia. Now this is it's more of a strategy RPG. You've got your own characters in your your party, but then most of the battles is done by like these little monsters that you have to kind of make and create, and it's done like on a kind of a strategy, kind of similar to Vandal Hearts or something like that, or a tactics game. But the story is really good. There's some CG cutscenes in it and they're terrible, but overall this is a really good game by Atlas as well, so you can't go wrong with Atlas. Well, you probably could actually on some of their games. So then the last game I'm going to recommend is, well, this has a really big manual. Is Grandia. This is 2 discs. Grandia on the PS1. Such a fantastic game. I haven't played this since I was a child, since I was very small. I remember playing this like years and years ago, and I never went back to it, so I must actually go back to it and start it again. It's such a good game. Basically you're a load of kids and you just kind of like, the weapons that you use are like frying pans. It's kind of similar to Earthbound in that sort of kind of a, well, it's not in the same style because Earthbound is like, this is like a 3D game with sprites, whereas Earthbound is all sprites. But basically, it's kind of like Earthbound, just like the way you're a child. That's probably the only similarity to it, and it's an RPG as well. So yeah, Grandia, top drawer game. Really recommend Grandia. So that's 3 games, 3 RPGs. I'm very RPG heavy at the moment, that I totally recommend you try. If you've got any recommendations, I encourage you to leave your games in the comment section below. Alternatively, make a video response yourself, or if you've played any of those games and you want to tell me about it, that's absolutely fine. I will talk about those games until the cows come home, or until the end of time, or whatever the colloquial